Tonight's cocktail moment is actually about cocktails, which makes for a nice change. Very early on in the first year of this Obama administration, this White House started hosting cocktail parties, often on Wednesdays, often with big bipartisan congressional guest lists. The White House Social Secretary Desiree Rogers said at the time, quote, "We don't always get everything accomplished over a meeting table. Many times it is over cocktails. It is over dinner." Amen. You know, the only beef I ever had with the White House over its cocktail diplomacy initiative was that they never released any information about what sort of cocktails we were talking about here. I even, back in February, made an on-air plea for cocktail list leaks. President and Mrs. Obama have hosted another cocktail party at the White House, totally on a school night. The open question, though, here for me: what kind of cocktails are we talking about at this cocktail party? Is this just an open bar? Is it just a catering bar? Is there a house drink? Are there theme nights? Our extensive research efforts on this subject have thus far been stymied. But you know, these are taxpayer-funded spirits, and frankly, I want some oversight. If you have any information about what drinks the Obamas are serving at their White House cocktail parties, please email the show, Rachel@msnbc.com. That was from February of this year. We even had producers call up members of Congress who we knew had gone to White House cocktail parties to find out what drinks were being served at those parties, but no one would tell us. Well, now it's 10 months later. I am still obsessed with finding out what cocktails are being served at the Obama White House. And I finally have something to report. At one of the White House Christmas parties on Tuesday night of this week, bartender and sommelier Derek Brown donated his services making cocktails at the White House. Derek was Washington City Paper's Bartender of the Year for 2009. And here is my personal blurry, low-res, no-flash picture of Derek Brown and Adam Bernbach from the bar Proof in D.C. making actual classic American cocktails at their cocktail station at the White House on Tuesday. There were other bars that were just open bars, including offering some incredible eggnog. But at this cocktail bar, Derek and Adam served 3 great drinks. And they even showed off the ingredients they were using. You can see there, they put the bottles they were using for the different drinks out on the bar. And they chose great stuff. You want to know what they were? All right. First, the Emerson, a classic pre-Prohibition cocktail using Old Tom gin, which is a slightly sweetened, old-school kind of gin that hasn't been drunk widely for probably 2 generations, but it's being revived now. So Old Tom gin, sweet vermouth, lime juice, and maraschino, which has nothing to do with maraschino cherries. It's a bittersweet liqueur that old Italian ladies pour on their fruit salad. It's awesome. Actually, that whole drink was awesome. That was my favorite, the Emerson. They also served the Stone Fence, a classic colonial-era cocktail that Derek put his own little spin on. The base is Applejack, which was George Washington's favorite spirit. It's kind of like apple brandy, actually more like an apple whiskey. It's made in New Jersey by a company called Laird's. They then had a nice fresh apple cider, and Derek's special touch to his Stone Fence, some Fee Brothers aromatic bitters and some mint, also totally delicious. And finally, last drink, the Robert Frost cocktail. Yes, Robert Frost, 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. Yeah, this was the drink not taken by me. I did not want to overdo it, but my girlfriend Susan had a Robert Frost cocktail and said it was great. This was an original. Derek invented this. It's not a classic. It's got sherry, which is better in cocktails than you think it is. White port. I didn't even know there was white port. Bourbon, a little sugar, and orange bitters. So there you have it, an actual cocktail moment of actual White House cocktails. It only took me 10 months to get it, and I had to report it myself because no one would leak this to me. But cheers to the White House staff for paying tribute to the great American-only art of bartending. We invented that, you know. Cheers to Derek Brown for getting that gig and for donating his services, and cheers to my date, to Susan, for having the presence of mind to tell me to take a picture instead of just hopping up and down and hooting with excitement when I saw that the White House bartenders were at work with a big bottle of Applejack. Okay, any hate mail you want to send me about talking about booze on TV, send it, as always, Rachel.msnbc.com. Enjoy your weekend, and remember, martinis do not contain vodka. Have a good night.